Greetings. This week, our focus is on prepositions in the Greek language. We are going to talk about the various prepositions that are used in the Greek language. And so, let's get on with our lesson for today, and this is chapter 4. So, prepositions dictate the case of the noun they precede. So the case will have the same noun, the preposition will have the same case as the noun. So a few prepositions that are there in the Greek language. We have eis, which is translated as to or into, and it usually takes the accusative case. And then pros, to, towards, again in the accusative case. And then apo, away from, ek, out of, it is usually genitive case. So the noun would be in the accusative for the eis and pros, and the noun will be in the genitive for apo and ek. And then in is also translated as in, it takes the dative case. Okay, this diagram here really just puts it all together. Eis signifies motion, the difference between eis and pros, and ek and apo. So pros is towards, going towards something. You have not reached yet, but you're going. And then apo is moving away from something. Moving away from something. You've already left it and you're moving away from it. Eis is getting into something. You're getting into something. In is inside something. And apo is ek is going out of, coming out of, whereas apo is going away from. So once you know that, this diagram, then you can be able to easily translate these prepositions when they come up in a sentence. So for example, we have ok, kurios, agei, ton, dulon, eis, ten, oikian. So ho kurios is nominative, ton dulon is accusative, ten oikian is accusative. So master is nominative because the subject, slave is accusative because the object, and house is accusative because it is governed by eis, which takes the accusative case. And the sentence then is the master is leading the slave into the house. Ho kurios agei ton dulon ek tes oikias. So the same thing, ho kurios nominative, ton dulon accusative, ten oikias genitive. So house is genitive because it is governed by ek, tes oikias. So the master leads the slave out of the house. The two different factors which determine each case a noun will be is function in the sentence. So for example, if it's the object, it's accusative. If it's the subject, it's nominative. And then the preposition. Fortunately, these two never clash. So the function in the sentence and the preposition, they always go together and they take the same case. The principle of prepositions with more than one case. The same preposition has a different meaning when it is used with a different case. So that's what we're going to look at. Para, for example, the word para, depending on whether it is followed by a genitive or accusative or dative, it takes a different meaning. So para plus accusative is beside. So peripatei para ten thalazen, she walks beside the sea. And then para plus genitive is from, beside. So anthropos para to theu, a man from God. And dative, location, beside. Didaskei para, he teaches beside the sea. F plus accusative means onto. She throws bread onto the book. F plus genitive, it means he lives in the time of Jesus. So it tells you about the time. Eptes guess. Dative, eptes, in the heavens. Usually dative speaks of location. Prepositions in two cases. Dia plus accusative is because of. Dia plus a genitive is through. Kata plus accusative is according to. Kata plus genitive is against. Meta plus accusative is after. Meta plus genitive is with. Okay. Peri plus accusative, approximately around. Peri plus genitive, concerning, about. Hooper plus accusative is above. Hooper plus genitive is on behalf of. Hooper plus accusative is under. Hooper plus genitive is by. So preposition is two cases. By or with occurs in English to indicate instrument, but in Greek the dative is used. So preposition with one case. S plus accusative, to, into. Pros plus accusative, to, towards. Apple, away from. Ek, out of. Enopion, before. Exo plus genitive, outside. Eos, until. Pro, before. En plus dative, in. Soon plus dative, with. We also have elision when it comes to prepositions, as we have talked about, that in front of a word beginning with a vowel, the final vowel drops. So apple will drop, the omicron will drop. For exo, peri, and pro, they remain unchanged. And then ek becomes x. So d, auton, through him. Peri, hamartias, concerning sin. X, oikias, from the house. So let's look now at vocabulary for this chapter. We've already looked at this. Apo, dia, ace, egg, en, enopion, exo, epi, eos, kata, meta, para, peri, pro, pros, soon, hooper, hupo, anablepo, I look up, I receive sight. An apoluo, I set free, divorce, dismiss. Ekbalo, I drive out, cast out, throw out. So anytime Jesus throws out demons, the word ekbalo is used. Epikaleo, these are compound verbs. So again, we have looked at luo, we've looked at balo, we've looked at kaleo, we have looked at kaleo again. Lambano, now it's paralambano, means I take or I receive. Parakaleo, I exhort or request. Paul's favorite word for exhortation. Katoikeo, I dwell or I inhabit. Peripateo, I walk about, live. Proskuneo, I worship. Sunago, I gather, bring. That's where we get the word synagogue. Ahupago, I depart. Pos, how. Po, where. O, books, not. That's the negative. In English, there are two uses of with or by. So to indicate the means by which something happens, or an instrument or an agent is used. I was held by her. I was walking with a stick. I was hit by a stone. With, in a different sense, not meaning by means or along with. I went with him. Okay, that's in English. In Greek, with or by express instrument, an inanimate object by means of which the action of the verb happens, dative. No preposition. God makes the heavens with a word. So logo, Uranus, and logo is in dative. Okay. Agent. An agent is a living being by means of which the action of the verb happens. So hupo plus genitive. The gospel was proclaimed by Peter. Hupo tou petru. With meaning along with rather than by means of. Meta plus genitive, or more rarely soon plus dative. I depart with Peter. Hupago tou petru. Okay. Ho theos legei meta teknon. God speaks with children. And then goes on to say kai poie kai eton cosmon logo, and makes the world with a word. In Greek, many words are constructed by combining a basic word with a preposition. So ek, out of. Balo, I throw. Ek balo means I throw out. So you know the preposition ek, you know the word balo. When they put together, you know it's I throw out. In Greek, you cannot always deduce the meaning of a word from its parts. The force of both the word, the verb, and the preposition is preserved. Ek balo is I throw out. Or the meaning is intensified or completed through without the force of the preposition being clearly preserved. Apple War, I release. Or the verb is given a new meaning. Anaginosko, I read. When forming compounds, the rules of the elision of the prepositions are particularly important. Apple plus ago, apago, I lead away. Even though a compound verb may contain a preposition, the correct preposition will still be found in the sentence used in the normal way. Ekbalo auton ektes oikias. Ekbalo auton ektes oikias. I throw him out of the house. Asking questions is simple in Greek. You can either use the question word, pos, which is how, po, where, pos blepes ton theon, how do you see God? Even in that sentence, the question mark still appears. You also can rely on the tone of the voice, but when written questions are marked with the question mark, blepes ton theon, you see God. Blepes ton theon, do you see God? Okay, negatives. A verb in the indicative, which means all the verbs we have made so far, is made negative by the addition of a word u, which is not. Before a vowel with a smooth breathing, this becomes uk. Before a vowel with a rough breathing, this becomes uks. So, u blepo, I do not see. Uk akwozin, they do not hear. Ukyuruske, she does not find the child. So that's the lesson for this week. These are the prepositions. You should now be able to translate more complex sentences as we find prepositions. I look forward to see you in class. God bless you. Have a good week. Thank you.